Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites Japanese business leaders to invest in India to enhance participation in India's journey to becoming a hub for textiles, technologies and manufacturing sectors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in Quad Leaders Summit in Tokyo tomorrow, also to hold bilateral meetings with US President along with Prime Ministers of Australia and Japan. Prime Minister to lead the main event on the occasion of International Day of Yoga to be held in Mysuru on 21st of June. Citizens can now use the MyGov help desk on WhatsApp to access the DigiLocker service. National Recruitment Agency to conduct computer-based online common eligibility test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. World Health Organization honors India's 1 million ASHA workers for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health. The first session of the 18th Uttar Pradesh Assembly begins with Governor's address. IMD predicts widespread rain in north, west and east India during next 2 days. Delhi and NCR got much needed respite as the city received light to moderate rainfall this morning. India to clash with Pakistan in their first match of 11th Asia Cup Hockey Championship in Jakarta this evening. And in IPL cricket, Gujarat Titans to take on Rajasthan Royals in the first qualifier match at Eden Gardens, Kolkata tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited Japanese business leaders to invest in India to enhance participation in India's journey to becoming a hub for textiles, technologies and manufacturing sectors.
इंडो पैसिफिक इकोनॉमिक फ्रेमवर्क इस क्षेत्र को ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ का इंजन बनाने की हमारी सामूहिक इच्छा शक्ति की घोषणा है। इस महत्वपूर्ण पहल के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति बाइडेन को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं। इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, आर्थिक गतिविधि, वैश्विक व्यापार और निवेश का केंद्र है। भारत सदियों से एक प्रमुख केंद्र रहा है। यह उल्लेखनीय है कि विश्व का सबसे प्राचीन कमर्शियल पोर्ट गुजरात के लोथल में था। इसलिए यह आवश्यक है कि हम क्षेत्र की आर्थिक चुनौतियों के लिए साझा समाधान खोजें, रचनात्मक व्यवस्थाएं बनाएं। भारत एक इंक्लूसिव और फ्लेक्सिबल इंडो पैसिफिक इकोनॉमिक फ्रेमवर्क के निर्माण के लिए आप सभी के साथ काम करेगा।
On day one of his 2-day Japan visit, Mr. Modi today met the chief executive officers of prominent Japanese firms who have earned global recognition. The Prime Minister met the CEO of Japanese clothing brand Fast Retailing, the parent company of Uniqlo, Mr. Tadashi Yanai, to discuss investment opportunities for the retailer in textile manufacturing in India. Both of them discussed Uniqlo's growing presence in India and investment opportunities for textile manufacturing in India under Production-Linked Incentive PLI scheme. While Mr. Yanai appreciated the entrepreneurial zeal of the people of India, Prime Minister Modi asked him to take part in the PM Mitra scheme aimed at further strengthening the textiles sector. Both Mr. Modi and Mr. Yanai spoke about how to invest in the production and retail industry in India. Mr. Yanai said India's IT talent is excellent. Both Prime Minister and Yanai discussed various reforms being undertaken to enable ease of doing business for foreign investors in India, including in the areas of industrial development, infrastructure, taxation and labour. The PM Mega Integrated Textile Regions and Apparel PM Mitra Parks scheme is aimed at developing textile parks through a special purpose vehicle owned by the central and state government and in a public-private partnership PPP model. Each park will have an incubation centre, a common processing house and a common effluent treatment plant and other textile-related facilities such as design centres and testing centres. The Prime Minister also met the chairperson of NEC Corporation, Dr. Nobuhiro Endo, in Tokyo. During the interaction, he hailed NEC's role in India's telecommunication sector and discussed opportunities in new and emerging technologies in India. Mr. Endo spoke about opportunities in India in areas such as smart cities, emerging technologies and an innovative effort to encourage learning of Japanese in India. Mr. Modi highlighted India's reform trajectory and talked about opportunities in areas such as digital learning, fintech, infra and logistics park networks. During his meeting with Mr. Endo, Mr. Modi discussed various reforms being undertaken to enable ease of doing business in India, including in industrial development, taxation and labour. They also discussed opportunities in India in new and emerging technologies. Both of them discussed how to contribute to smart cities. The Prime Minister also met founder of SoftBank, Mr. Masayoshi Son. After meeting Mr. Modi, Mr. Son said India is growing very quickly. He said new startups coming every day and unicorns coming very quickly. Mr. Son said India's future is bright and Prime Minister Modi is committed for the success of India, supporting startups and making it the centre of high technology. Mr. Modi received a warm welcome from the Indian community as he arrived in Tokyo for the second in-person Quad Summit. After reaching Tokyo, Mr. Modi said Japan's Indian community has made pioneering contributions in different fields. He said the Indian diaspora in Japan has also remained connected with their roots in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in an op-ed published in a leading Japanese newspaper, wrote, India and Japan will contribute towards building an open, free and inclusive Indo-Pacific region connected by secure seas, integrated by trade and investment, defined by respect of sovereignty and territorial integrity, and anchored in international law. In the op-ed titled India-Japan, a Partnership for Peace, Stability and Prosperity, Mr. Modi wrote, defence ties between the two countries are growing rapidly, from exercises and information exchanges to defence manufacturing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Joe Biden, Japanese PM Fumio Kishida and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken attended the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework event in Tokyo. Speaking at the event, Mr. Modi said India will work for an inclusive and flexible Indo-Pacific economic framework. Mr. Modi highlighted trust, transparency and timeliness are key.
मेरा मानना है कि हमारे बीच रेजिलियंट सप्लाई चेन्स के 3 मुख्य आधार होने चाहिए, ट्रस्ट, ट्रांसपेरेंसी एंड टाइमलीनेस। मुझे विश्वास है कि यह फ्रेमवर्क इन तीनों स्तंभों को मजबूत करने में सहायक होगा और इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र में विकास, शांति और समृद्धि का मार्ग प्रशस्त करेगा।
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi reached Tokyo this morning on a 2-day visit to Japan to participate in the Quad Leaders Summit. Mr. Modi was giving a rousing welcome from the Indian diaspora at the hotel where he will be staying during his trip. People from Indian diaspora cheered and waved Indian flags, seeing the Prime Minister. Many children, along with their parents, were present at the hotel, waving their hands at the Prime Minister's arrival. Kids were seen holding placards with the word welcome written in different Indian languages. The Prime Minister also interacted with one of the kids present there and signed an autograph for him. Prime Minister Modi thanked the Indian diaspora in Japan for the warm welcome. In a tweet, he said, Japan's Indian community has made pioneering contributions in different fields. Mr. Modi said they have also remained connected with their roots in India. Apart from participating in the Quad Summit tomorrow, Mr. Modi will hold bilateral meetings with US President Joe Biden, Prime Minister of Australia Anthony Albanese, and Prime Minister of Japan Fumio Kishida. The International Day of Yoga will be held on 21st of June and the main event will be held at Mysuru, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lead the mass yoga demonstration. Briefing media in New Delhi this afternoon, Minister for Ayush Sarbanand Sonowal said, as this International Day of Yoga is falling in the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav year, Yoga Day will be celebrated in 75 iconic places in the country. He said apart from the main event in Mysuru, another attraction on International Day of Yoga will be Guardian Ring, a relay yoga streaming event which will capture and weave together digital feed of International Day of Yoga programs organized by Indian missions abroad.
अगली 21 जून को हम मैसूरू में फाइनल इवेंट मास योगा डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन होंगे, जिसपे हमारे देश के आदर्शवादी नेता माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी नेतृत्व देंगे और उसी हिसाब से देश के अलग अलग प्रांतों में 75 आइकॉनिक लोकेशन में इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा मनाया जाएगा और सारे प्रक्रिया में हर मंत्रालय शामिल होंगे और हर मंत्रालय भी अपने विभाग अपने अलग अलग संस्थाओं के जरिए उसी दिन 75 लोकेशन में वो भी इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा मनाएंगे। तो हम लोगों ने इस विषय को बढ़ावा देने के लिए देश की हर प्रदेश की चीफ मिनिस्टर को भी हम लोगों ने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि अपने अपने प्रदेश में 75 लोकेशन में वो भी तैयारी करें और उसी हिसाब से हमारे सारे माननीय सांसदगण को भी हम लोगों ने लिखी है, रिक्वेस्ट की है, ताकि अपने क्षेत्र में 75 लोकेशन में वो भी जनता के सहयोग से इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा मनाएं।
The minister said on the 27th of this month, Yoga Utsav will be celebrated in Hyderabad with participation of over 10,000 people to mark 25-day countdown to International Day of Yoga. Earlier, Yoga Utsav was held in Shivdol in Assam and Red Fort in Delhi to mark 50 and 75-day countdown.
In a major initiative to make government services accessible, inclusive, transparent and simple, MyGov today announced that citizens will now be able to use the MyGov help desk on WhatsApp to access the DigiLocker service. This includes creating and authenticating their DigiLocker account, downloading documents including PAN card, driving license and vehicle registration certificate, all on WhatsApp. The centre has been working for ease of living through Digital India. In this context, the MyGov help desk on WhatsApp is a major step to ensure governance and government services at the fingertips of citizens. Minister for Personnel and Public Grievances Dr. Jitendra Singh yesterday said there will be common eligibility test CET for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. Chairing the joint meeting of all the 6 autonomous bodies under the Department of Personnel and Training in New Delhi, Dr. Singh said the National Recruitment Agency under DOPT is gearing up to conduct computer-based online common eligibility tests for recruitment to non-gazetted posts by the year end.
The government has made the entire Hajj process completely transparent, and it has been ensured that there is no additional financial burden on the Hajj pilgrims who will be performing Hajj after 2 years. Inaugurating a 2-day training program for Hajj coordinators and Hajj assistants in New Delhi today, Minority Affairs Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said 100% digital Hajj process has fulfilled the dream of ease of doing Hajj for Indian Muslims. He added that no additional financial burden on Hajj pilgrims, even after abolition of subsidy, is proof that political deceit was going on for decades in the name of Hajj subsidy. Home Minister Amit Shah today visited the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya in New Delhi. He was accompanied by his wife. The Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi last month. It is built at Delhi's Teen Murti estate and covers the lives and contributions of all the 14 former Prime Ministers of the country.
In Uttar Pradesh, the first session of the 18th State Legislative Assembly started on a stormy note today, with opposition's sloganeering during the Governor's speech. On the inaugural day of the budget session, Governor Anandiben Patel addressed a joint session of both houses of the state legislature. In her speech, the Governor said the state government is working for the welfare of the poor and marginalized sections of society and started various schemes for them. She said that action has been taken against the mafia elements and people are feeling safe now. In Uttar Pradesh, the district court in Varanasi will start hearing on the Gyanvapi mosque issue after 2 p.m. Earlier, the Supreme Court had transferred the Gyanvapi mosque matter from Civil Judge Senior Division to the district judge.
More than 192 crore 38 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said more than 8,81,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. During the same period, 2,022 new COVID cases were reported in the country. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75%. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites Japanese business leaders to invest in India to enhance participation in India's journey to becoming a hub for textiles, technologies and manufacturing sectors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in Quad Leaders Summit in Tokyo tomorrow. Also to hold bilateral meetings with US President along with Prime Ministers of Australia and Japan. Prime Minister to lead the main event to be held in Mysuru on the occasion of International Day of Yoga on 21st of June. Citizens now can use the MyGov help desk on WhatsApp to access the DigiLocker service. National Recruitment Agency to conduct computer-based online common eligibility test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. World Health Organization honors India's 1 million ASHA workers for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health. The first session of the 18th Uttar Pradesh Assembly begins with Governor's address. IMD predicts widespread rain in North, West and East India during next 2 days. Delhi and NCR got much needed respite as the city received light to moderate rainfall this morning. India to clash with Pakistan in their first match of 11th Asia Cup Hockey Championship in Jakarta this evening. And in IPL cricket, Gujarat Titans to take on Rajasthan Royals in the first qualifier match at Eden Gardens, Kolkata tomorrow. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
क्या आप कॉम्पिटिशन्स की तैयारी कर रहे हैं? आपके लिए आकाशवाणी लाया है एक इंटरैक्टिव प्रोग्राम अभ्यास, एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम जहां आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर. हमारे स्टूडियो में एक्सपर्ट आपके सवाल का जवाब देंगे शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे. इस बार का विषय है इंडियन पॉलिटी सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशंस. आपके सवालों का हम करेंगे इंतजार 25 मई तक. आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास.
Welcome back to the Midday News. India's 1 million all-women ASHA workers were awarded and honoured by the WHO for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health, demonstrating leadership and commitment to regional health issues. They were honoured for their crucial role in linking the community with the health system and ensuring those living in rural poverty can access primary healthcare services throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. The India Meteorological Department has predicted widespread rain in North, West and East India during the next 2 days. IMD said widespread rainfall is likely over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan till tomorrow. We spoke to IMD DG M. Mohapatra about the rain forecast.
As expected, Northwest India is experiencing rain with thunderstorms. In somewhere, wind speed is picking up to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. It is basically because of a western disturbance passing through Northwest India. The activity will be maximum today, the 23rd of May. From 24th, activity will decrease. The area which are being affected includes Western Himalayan region like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, then plains of Northwest India like Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, North Rajasthan, North MP and UP.
In the eastern region, rainfall is predicted over Bihar, Jharkhand, Gangetic, West Bengal and Odisha. Light to moderate rainfall with thunderstorms will occur over Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Sub-Himalayan, West Bengal and Sikkim during the next 2 days and decrease in intensity thereafter. Residents of Delhi and NCR today got much needed respite from the hot and humid weather as the various parts of the city received light to moderate rainfall this morning. The city and adjoining areas also witnessed thunderstorm and gusty winds. It led to massive traffic jams and affected flight operations at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport. Trees were uprooted in some parts of the national capital and traffic jams were reported in various stretches including ITO, Delhi-Noida, Direct Flyway and AIIMS.
And now, let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter Panampalli Govind Menon, who died on the 23rd of May 1970. Menon actively participated in the Vaikom Satyagraha. He joined Prajamandalam and took part in the boycott movements in Kerala.
Menon was born in Trichur, Kerala on the 1st of October 1908. Even as a student, Menon was involved in politics and actively participated in the anti-caste struggle of Vaikom Satyagraha in Kerala. He joined the Prajamandalam as he got more involved in politics and later joined the Indian National Congress. Menon served as a member of Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee and the All India Congress Committee.
A lawyer by profession, Menon was elected to the Cochin State Legislature twice, in 1935 and 1938. He resigned from the post in 1942 to protest the repressive policy of the Cochin government. Menon was re-elected again to the Legislative Assembly of Cochin in 1945. He served as the Food Minister of Cochin in 1946 and as the Chief Minister of the then state of Cochin in 1947. Menon represented the princely state of Cochin in the Constituent Assembly.
With the formation of Travancore Cochin State in 1949, Menon became the Finance Minister in 1952. He also served as the Chief Minister of Travancore Cochin State. He was elected to the Lok Sabha in 1962 and served as the Minister of Food, Agriculture, Community Development and Cooperation. He held portfolios of the Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Law and Social Welfare, and was also the Law Minister of India in 1967.
Menon played various roles in public affairs and was known for advocating for the underprivileged and for improving the status of teachers. He represented India in various international conferences and continued to serve the nation till his death in 1970. We salute the great nationalist.
On 23rd of May 1947, the British Cabinet agreed to India's then Governor-General, Lord Mountbatten's horrific plan of partitioning our great civilizational nation of India.
Lord Mountbatten arrived in India on the 22nd of March 1947. After consulting Indian leaders, he made a plan known as Dicky Bird Plan and sent Lord Ismay, his Chief of Staff, with the plan on the 2nd of May to London, which was approved by the British Cabinet. Under this plan, the British would transfer power to two successor authorities, the Congress and the Muslim League. In territorial terms, the dominions of India and Pakistan would remain within the British Commonwealth.
British paramountcy over 559 princely states in India would not be transferred to the two dominions and consequently would lapse constitutionally. The princely states would be free to join either of the two dominions. The third option of them becoming independent and not joining either dominion was kept open. Indian leaders opposed the plan as they felt it would balkanize India, allowing many little nation states to emerge. We also remember Hanuman Singh, who took part in the First War of Independence in 1857. Initially, Singh was serving the English East India Company Army, but left it to join hands with the independence activists. He fought the British on different occasions and also offered financial assistance to his fellow activists. Singh was captured by the company troops and put on trial for desertion and mutiny against the British. He was sentenced to transportation for life with labour in irons in 1857. He died in detention on the 23rd of May 1858 in the Andaman Islands. we salute the great son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In Kerala, in a sensational dowry death case of Vismaya, her husband Kiran Kumar has been found guilty by the Kollam Additional Sessions Court. The verdict in the suicide and domestic violence case that shook Kerala for close to 1 year was pronounced today after a 4-month-long trial. The quantum of punishment will be announced tomorrow. In the wake of outrage over Vismaya's death, Kiran Kumar, who was an assistant motor vehicle inspector in the state government, was dismissed from service. Labour Party leader Anthony Albanese was today sworn in as the Australia's new Prime Minister. He was sworn in with 4 key cabinet members, including new Foreign Minister Penny Wong. Richard Marles is the new Deputy Prime Minister and Employment Minister. Jim Chalmers is Treasurer and Katie Gallagher is Attorney General and Finance Minister. Later, the Prime Minister left for Tokyo to meet the leaders of the Quad nations, the US, India and Japan. Foreign Minister Penny Wong is also travelling with him to Japan.
In sports, Tamil Nadu and Jharkhand today registered victories in their respective matches in Pool G in the ongoing 12th Hockey Junior Men's National Championship at Kovilpatti, Tamil Nadu. In other fixtures of the day, Delhi will face Gujarat at 4 p.m. while Karnataka to clash with Uttarakhand at 5:45 p.m. in Pool H. Maharashtra will face Andhra Pradesh in Pool F at 7:30 p.m. Hockey Haryana emerged winners of the Hockey India Sub-Junior Women's National Championship 2022 after defeating Jharkhand 2-0 in the final in Imphal yesterday. Earlier in the day, Uttar Pradesh defeated Madhya Pradesh 3-0 to secure third place in the tournament. Pushpanjali Sonkar, Manisha Patel and Purnima Yadav scored a goal each to help Uttar Pradesh seal the third place in the competition for the second consecutive time.
Arch rivals India and Pakistan will meet in their first match of the 11th edition of the Asia Cup Hockey Championship at the GBK Arena in Jakarta, Indonesia today. The match will begin at 5 p.m. Indian time. Defending champion India has been placed in the Pool A with Pakistan, Japan and hosts Indonesia. India will take on Asian Games gold medalists Japan in their second match on 24th of May and meet hosts Indonesia on 26th of May to round off their league engagements. In IPL cricket, Gujarat Titans will take on Rajasthan Royals in the first qualifier match tomorrow evening at Eden Gardens, Kolkata at 7:30 p.m. Gujarat Titans finished the league phase as the number 1 side and will start as favourites on paper against the Rajasthan Royals, the number 2 team. The eliminator match will be played between Lucknow Super Giants and Royal Challengers Bangalore at the same venue on Wednesday evening. The second qualifier will be held on Friday evening at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, while the title clash will also be played at the same venue on Sunday evening.
IMD has issued an orange alert for today and a yellow alert tomorrow in view of the rain in Uttarakhand. According to the Met Department, winds of 70 to 90 kilometers per hour are likely to blow at some places in the plains of the state and 50 to 60 kilometers per hour in the mountainous areas. Also, there is a possibility of heavy rain at isolated places in Kumaon division, after which the district administration and SDRF have been alerted. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites Japanese business leaders to invest in India to enhance participation in India's journey to becoming a hub for textiles, technologies and manufacturing sectors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in Quad Leaders Summit in Tokyo tomorrow, also to hold bilateral meetings with US President along with Prime Ministers of Australia and Japan. Prime Minister to lead the main event to be held in Mysuru on the occasion of International Day of Yoga on the 21st of June. Citizens can now use the MyGov help desk on WhatsApp to access the DigiLocker service. National Recruitment Agency to conduct computer-based online common eligibility test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. World Health Organization honors India's 1 million ASHA workers for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health. The first session of the 18th Uttar Pradesh Assembly begins with Governor's address. IMD predicts widespread rain in northwest and east India during next 2 days. Delhi NCR got much needed respite as the city received light to moderate rainfall this morning. India to clash with Pakistan in their first match of 11th Asia Cup Hockey Championship in Jakarta this evening. And in IPL cricket, Gujarat Titans to take on Rajasthan Royals in the first qualifier match at Eden Gardens, Kolkata tomorrow. And with that we end the midday news.